Welcome back, folks. This is Suave, and today we're going to be taking a look at Solo Leveling Volume 3, the English printed manhwa by Yen Press. We're going to be taking a look at the outside of the book, and of course, we're going to be taking a look at all the contents on the inside. So, without further ado, let's begin. Alright, everybody, as promised, here we have Solo Leveling Volume 3, the English manhwa. Here we got the front cover featuring Jin Woo. He's got a really cold, menacing look. It has a very nice blue tint to the cover, as well as the lettering here being a nice bright blue. We got volume 3 here at the bottom. We're going to take a quick look at the spine. So this is a traditional trade paperback book, just like the other volumes were. The spine here features the same artwork we got at the front. We got the nice solo leveling here, the volume 3 at the top, and of course the info here at the bottom. And we're going to take a look at the back of the book. So here we have the nice art cover featuring the knights that Jinwoo fights near the end. And we have here the synopsis at the top. Of course, this is the usual $20 USD book, and we have the Yen Press info here in the corner. Let's go ahead and take a look at the inside now. So going inside the book, we have our usual cover pages that we got from the other titles. We got the front page featuring the cover page here. And of course, we have our character page. So these are the characters that are mainly featured in this specific volume. Of course, we have our main character, Jin Woo Sung. We got Chi Yul Song, Sang Shik Kim, Jo Hee Lee, and Tae Sik Kang. And over here we have our table of contents featuring chapters 6, 7, and 8. So another 3 chapters within this volume. Now remember, this is not saying that this is 3 chapters from the webtoon. These are 3 chapters that are organized this way as part of the printed manhwa volume itself. If you're coming from the webtoon, this has chapters 27 through 45. I believe it cuts off through the middle of chapter 45 of the webtoon, so you get roughly around 18 chapters of the webtoon here in this one book, so that's a pretty sizable amount. Alright, now let's move on to the fun stuff inside. So here we have B rank Tae Sik Kang, and here we have our exclusive artwork for this chapter cover page. Now remember, these cover pages are not found in the webtoons. It's specific for these specific volumes, the way they're labeled and chaptered this way. So that's why we have a little bit of a unique art with all of these chapters, and we'll see that with the other chapters as well. So here we are picking up right where we left off from volume 2, where Jin Woo is here facing the Cerberus, and I just really love not just the coloring and how it shows up here in the physical pages, but just also the unique lettering that we also kind of get, because again, this is not a one-to-one copy-paste from Tappytoon. Yen Press kind of does their own lettering here, so sometimes you might get something that's a little bit different from what you remember over at the webtoon. And everything just kind of really reads nice going left to right. Oh, and real quick, I do just want to look at the binding again real quick. So it is similar to the other 2 books, so you can kind of see the little layer of glue at the bottom. So this is a glued binding trade paperback. And we're going to move on, just kind of flip around through the story. I mean, a lot of you, if you're coming in here to Solo Leveling, you've probably already seen it through the webtoon itself. I'm not here to review the story, more here to just review the book itself and the quality of what we get here with these physical pages. Another thing I do want to point out, when they made these books, I really like how they left a lot of white spacing in between the panels from each of the pages, so that way you don't get a whole lot of images bleeding into the center. You don't get a lot of gutter loss here in the middle, and you just get the nice crisp images that you would normally see from the webtoon. So I think this is part of the story where the gang has to sort of confront Tae Sik Kang, or at least Jin Woo does, and that's where he sort of has to reveal himself as being the awakened hunter, and now he has to fight this B-rank hunter, and the fight scenes just look really awesome. So this is a really nice page to show off here, because you have the full bleeds going from left to right, both on the top and the bottom, and you get some really nice full-size images going on here, and it just looks really nice. And I mean, yeah, you do get a little bit of images going down the gutter here, but for the most part, you get a pretty clear sense of what's going on, and it just looks really amazing seeing this from left to right. I mean, it's just no surprise, because the artwork is really what brought out Solo Leveling, and this is really where it shines. So let me go ahead and flip through here, just show off a few more pages, and we can kind of get to the next chapter and see what that cover page looks like. I think it's right around here. Here we go. Chapter 7, The Strange Raids. So this cover page actually isn't all that exciting. Let me see if I can get the glare out of the way. So this isn't glare at the bottom. This is actually just all one big blurry image. You can kind of see someone's figure there. But that's pretty much all you get here. So let's go ahead and flip through a little bit more. And I think, yeah, so here we have a really nice, I really like how Joe Healy looks here, but you also get a nice white page featuring some of the stats and some of the items that are recently acquired. So it's a really nice way of just kind of keeping up with what's going on in the story, what skills to kind of keep up with, what's the equipment that Jinwoo is obtaining. So it's a really nice way of just kind of presenting that in a nice clean way instead of getting cluttered up with some of the other stuff. And that does happen in every now and then where you get some of the stats that are happening throughout the action, but it's a really nice way to also do it here where it's a nice white page. I actually really enjoyed this part of the story. This is where Jinwoo and his business partner had to get 8 other people to get the 10-person minimum requirement to open up a dungeon, and they just find kids, retired people, people who are handicapped, just to kind of stay out there so that they can kind of do their own thing. It was pretty funny. And I think this is the White Tiger Corporation, if I'm not mistaken. They're sort of like a guild, a very powerful one or a very popular one. And I believe they're trying to maybe track down Jinwoo because they're sort of seeing a little bit of a pattern with these dungeons being open and Jinwoo being part of them. But yeah, I won't spoil too much of the story because in case there are some people who have not yet read Solo Leveling through the webtoon and you want to read it just here in the physical format, I'll let you go ahead and discover that yourself. And here we have Chapter 8, the Job Change Quest. And here we have where Jinwoo is here with all these soldiers, and it's really awesome just seeing that because if you know the story, you know what's about to come up ahead. And again, just like in the other books, the images are coming out really clean like this because these are slightly thick, glossy pages that you would get for really nice picture quality. Certainly a little bit thicker than your manga pages that you're probably used to, but not too thick to the point where it kind of gets in the way. You can really flip through these really easily. And it just has a really nice flow. The colors just really pop out. The lettering as well. Now, like I said, this is collecting chapters 27 through 45 of the webtoon. So if you are familiar with the webtoon, right around the middle of chapter 45 is where Jinwoo is getting his job change, as the title indicated, from this chapter. And that's where we're going to kind of leave off with volume 3, and it's a pretty nice, awesome read. I would definitely recommend this to all the solo leveling fans out there. If you're even remotely interested in solo leveling and have not read the webtoon, I believe these books are a really nice way to kind of get into the series as well, since they are being still printed in Korean. I think, if I'm not mistaken, volume 4 is already out in Korea. And so we're waiting to see when Volume 4 is going to be coming out here in English for the US. And I believe that should be coming out very soon, but we'll see what that entails in the near future. So this is another little unique thing that comes with the physical releases, is that you get these little fun little preview pages that are showcasing what's to come in the next volume. So you get to kind of see what's going to happen next. And obviously if you know what the story is, you know what's coming, but it's still a little fun little extra thing to see in the back of these books. So moving on to the final pages, we do have the usual page here that we get, as well as from the other 2 titles, that we have the advertisement for the solo leveling novel, which Yen Press also publishes. So if you haven't seen that book, I do have a video where I showcase what that book kind of looks like, and of course the contents inside if you want to take a look at what the novel has in store. Over to the next page, we have the credits page featuring who was all involved, the lettering, the rewriting, the translations, everybody who was involved in the making of the book. And that's going to do it for Volume 3 of Solo Leveling, the English Manhwa by Yen Press. And just for my own personal satisfaction, we're going to be sliding in Volume 3 right next to Volumes 1 and 2, just like this. Now, like I was saying earlier, if I'm not mistaken, I believe both Volumes 4 and 5 have already been published and printed in Korea, and so we're just waiting for Yen Press to give us more of that goodness. So we're going to be getting Volume 4 very soon. I don't think they've announced Volume 5, but I'm pretty sure with the sales of this book and how popular it's become, we will no doubt get that Volume 5 in the near future as well. So I'm hoping to see Volume 4 and 5 later this year. And yeah, that's going to do it, folks. Let me know down in the comments if you're a fan of these physical collected versions of Solo Leveling. Are you going to pick up Volume 3? Obviously, you pick up the Volume 1 and 2. You're going to pick up Volume 3. You kind of have to if you're going to complete your little collection there. And if you enjoyed this showcase, be sure to hit that like and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. We will be doing more showcases for manhwa, manga, and maybe some more anime figures as they come down the line. And of course, we will be doing a lot more fun videos of the sort. That's all I have for today. Let me know what you think about this book, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everyone.